Well, welcome back to the channel, guys. As you've seen there, we went ahead and got the header gasket on the passenger side put into burning green. We also went ahead and checked the clear view. Had some debris in there. You know, it had a little bit of a lot of paint yet from those old red valve covers we ran on the dyno. And that stuff was just flaking off like crazy. And then you got your typical gasket maker. Nothing serious. Then as you see, we came over to the Camaro. We got the injectors pulled out. And actually, I got those sent out to Moran Motorsports, Moran Racing Engines. So Mike can take a look at those. There's nothing we can do if there's any bad parts on them, unfortunately, because they are old billet atomizers. Make no parts for them. So hopefully they're good enough. I mean, here we go with the low maintenance on the Camaro, but good enough that we can stagger them since we're spraying above the blower. We can probably get enough fuel through them to power this because they're definitely plenty big. They're 500-pound injectors, so if they're flowing a little less, they'll be all right. Check clear view in the Camaro. Mint. Like I said, this thing has been it's a diamond in the rough. So as long as Jason can hold it together here. And then lastly, we pulled the injectors out, ran those all through the all-tool cleaner. Again, not a flow tester, but we do use it just to compare from two injectors just to see which one, if one's flowing a little less than the other, we compare it to another one, and it's, again, not an accurate test, but at least it gives us an idea. Check the clear view in here. There was a couple metal pieces in there. The rest was, again, gasket material and other debris in there as far as gasket maker, and who knows what else. But the two metal pieces, I believe, are still part of those push rods that we burned up a couple times ago. That stuff's going to be lingering in there for a little while since we haven't pulled the motor out. Now, I hope you guys are ready for this. This is part of what I talked about in the last video. And I went ahead, got burning green out, moved out a couple four-wheelers. I'm waiting on parts for both of those customers. Got the forklift, the front end out of here. That is Carl's. And as you can tell, I've got wheel dollies, well, two of them, under the Camaro. The other two are sitting over here. Because I got to get this bad boy taken over to this side of the shop, tucked away back in the corner. Because I don't know if somebody guessed in the last video or not, but we are pulling Goliath back out to work on it. So I need to get that out. I don't know how I'm going to do it with no rear end in it, but we'll take a jack or something with wheel dollies in the front, something of that nature. But I will touch more on that shortly here, but let me go ahead and get the other wheel dollies under the Camaro, see if I can get it shoved over here myself, and then figure out a way to get Goliath over on the hoist. Well, finally got it moved over here, and I tell you what, man, I'm sweating. That was a workout. I really should have taken more time when we built the addition on the shop to level off the concrete here, because we got a little bit of a step. And trying to move the Camaro over there on those rollers, the wheels are pretty good size, but this side over here is not quite as bad. But when you got a ledge like that, yeah, those rollers don't go over that. So we got the hole over here. Like I said, obviously the Camaro on the other side, we'll probably have to move this back over there. And it's a lot easier going that way off the concrete than it is coming this way, so that shouldn't be as bad. But Goliath is here, ready to go up on the hoist. So here's where we left off. Obviously the body's just sitting on top of the frame. It's not down as low as it needs to be or anything. So we need to finish cutting out a lot of this stuff up here in the wheel wells. We need to figure out exactly where we need to be body-wise, because it looks to me like obviously it needs to go back some. So we'll get that figured out. And then the biggest thing right now is we need to mount this Quick Performance rear end. So huge thanks to them for helping us out with this a while back. Here's some axles for it. I think we got 40 spline axles for Goliath as well. So those big beefy deals in there. And then we'll need a center section for this. So I'll have to hit them up and see what we can do as far as the center section. I do have a gear set up above, but it's always easier just to order it done. And if we're going to do this project, and we're going to do it for the deadline that we're thinking, this might be the biggest undertaking we've taken so far. We've had times where we've been on crunch time, but this is one to mount this body, do all the suspension, put the motor in there, which Jason did pick up, by the way, is just going to be an absolute challenge. I'll talk more about that in the next video, about what the plan is with this. I don't have quite all the details ironed out yet, but for anybody that is new to the channel, it's a 19, we don't even know, 56 maybe. I'd have to pop the hood and obviously got shit on it, but I think it's a 56 Goliath. We're missing a few, well, one letter there, missing the H. 1100C. So it's from Germany, I believe. If you look it up on the internet, you can find it. It's called a 3-door because it does have this sweet kick-ass hearse style door on it. So I always thought that was a neat little feature. I'm not gonna lie, the thing's kind of ugly. It really is, but that's the whole point of it. I like this weird, odd stuff like this. When Jason found this on the old Facebook marketplace that time, it was just one of those, gotta have it. That is what's happening. We're getting Goliath back on the hoist. Start working on this bad boy, so stay tuned, guys. I have more details, like I said. I thought I'd have them in this video, so I apologize, but definitely in the next one, we should have that pretty well ironed out, and we'll know what we're doing. I'll give you updates for that motor, because it is a 6.4 Hemi. We did find one, so like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the build. We'll see you in the next one.